Of all the crops out there, potatoes have got to be one of the most fascinating. Come on, they've got this crazy history that follows them around. A lot of people think potatoes originated in Ireland. False. Potatoes are a New World crop. Wherever they go, they manage to maintain a population. Potatoes actually originated high in the Andes of Peru. Potatoes started growing there 8,000 years ago and were cultivated by hunters and gatherers in the area until a new civilization grew in the high mountains. They were an agricultural people called the Incas. As the Incas grew an empire, potatoes fed the people and were even an emergency crop. They were able to freeze-dry the potatoes to preserve them to feed soldiers and officials far from home. By the year 1532, the Incas were recovering from civil war. Two half-brothers fought for control of the empire, with one named Atahualpa winning the battle. Enter the Spanish conquistador Francisco Pizarro. Just as Atahualpa is about to unite the empire, Pizarro invited Atahualpa to a dinner party. On the way, Atahualpa's entourage was ambushed by Pizarro's men. The 5,000 soldiers traveling with Atahualpa were killed, while Pizarro himself saved Atahualpa from death. Pizarro knew that Atahualpa was more useful alive than dead. He held him captive until the Incas gave Pizarro ransom money for Atahualpa. Pizarro released Atahualpa only to arrest him again. Atahualpa was to be burned at the stake, but converted to Christianity at last minute to avoid that fate, since Inca tradition said that a person who was burned cannot go to the afterlife. The Spanish interest instead strangled him to death with a garrote. The Inca Empire was struck down soon after Pizarro. The Spanish were able to crush the Incas, but the potatoes survived. The Spanish were able to move the potato crop from Peru to Europe. They also spread to North America, in particular Idaho, and are now the state vegetable. They were brought there by a missionary named Henry Harman Spalding, trying to convert the Native Americans of the area. In Europe, the spread was to Ireland and Great Britain mostly. The Irish potato famine began in 1845. The population fell during the next 7 years by between 20 and 25%. According to the Irish Potato Famine website, Ireland lost 1 million people to famine and another million to immigration. Blight affected the growth of potatoes, and only a fraction of the usual produce was able to be sown. The potato fed the poor population of Ireland, leading to a mass migration to Great Britain and North America for the farmers. In the first year, the Irish government tried to implement government aid to those starving. They went as far as to give out free food at soup kitchens across the country, but that did not last longer than the first year. The influx of Irish immigrants to North America greatly affected all of those countries as well. The Irish immigration to the United States brought racial hatred and divided immigrants into racial classes. New York, Chicago, and other major U.S. cities had an influx of Irish that prejudice grew towards. Nowadays, hatred for the Irish has dissipated, but potatoes still affect the global economy, most notably with the introduction of the French fry. Fast food restaurants span the globe now, with a McDonald's on the corner of every corner. Those magical golden arches transform the potato from a subsistence food to something wonderful. Time magazine examined the creation of the fluffy delights in an article that found out that what really makes McDonald's fries so great is the beef used. That's right. McDonald's French fries are not vegetarian friendly. In the 1950s, by accident, beef fat was added to the vegetable oil the fries were cooked in to help with shelf life. The potato has evolved and become a staple in communities all over the world now. Unlike their friend quinoa, also from the same region, they are sturdy enough to be grown everywhere and not affect their native land of Peru with depletion. They are a dramatic and essential crop in the eyes of world history.